Hey everyone, in this video I'm going to try two different things that I haven't been doing on this channel and I know a lot of people use, and that is using Creative Fabrica, which I've used before but I don't do a lot of videos for, and Illustrator, which I've done a little bit of tutorial for, but I know a lot of people use it. A lot of people have asked me to try it out or do videos for it, so I'm going to do that. I'm going to use Creative Fabrica as well as Illustrator to create a design in this video. So the first thing I'm going to do is go to the Creative Fabrica's website. I'm going to find a graphic, a popular one, and then I'm going to download it, show you how to do that, what it comes in as, and then bring it into Illustrator and then create a design. It shouldn't take too long, but I'm not very familiar with it, so hopefully we can walk through it together, and I'm going to figure out some things that I used to know but may have changed in Illustrator. So let's get into Creative Fabrica first and find a graphic. Alright, so here we are on Creative Fabrica. I've done videos about this. The studio, of course, is one I recently did, and then some other things on here. Really cool, has so many things. I'm not going to get into everything it does, but if you don't have Creative Fabrica already, I'll put a link in the description. It's an affiliate link, but it also gives you 10 free downloads. So you can do this if you don't have Creative Fabrica. Use that link and you can follow along and download this one that I'm going to download right here. So the one I'm going to do is this cute coffee ghost PNG. It is a PNG, not a vector, so that's important to know. PNGs are not vectors, they're rasters, but that's why we're going to use Illustrator to vectorize them. So that way we can add to it or take away from it and stuff like that. So PNGs are great if you're going to use something like Photoshop or Photopea. But if you want to use a vector illustration, you're going to have to either vectorize it or find something like an SVG or something in here. But we're going to use this. The reason I picked this is because I saw this trending on Etsy. So let's go to Etsy, and I typed in the same thing, cute coffee ghost t-shirt. And look at that. Like, they're same ones. They didn't change it at all. It's the same exact thing with the bats and everything. And so if we scroll down here, we might see it again. Yeah, people are using it, so they love it here. Getting close to Halloween, a lot of people are uploading or want to sell Halloween stuff, and so I'm going to show you how to stand out. One of the things that you may notice is this one trying to do it on a dark t-shirt, but you can see it's going to kind of get lost, and everybody else is doing it on a light t-shirt. So I'm going to show you how I would change this so that I can use it on a dark t-shirt and maybe take away some elements and add some words so that it's different than everybody else's here. So first things first, come in here, especially if you have your downloads, come in here, just click on it and hit download. And I'm going to download that. It's going to download it as a zip file. I'll show you that file right now. So you can see I downloaded it already, but I downloaded it twice here. Here's the other one, the zip file. So what you're going to do is just double click on the zip file like this. And there's the PNG. So I'll open the PNG so you can see what it is. And it's just that. It's transparent. There's no white behind it, which is what we saw on the darker t-shirt. But we want to put this on a black t-shirt because it's Halloween. So one thing we're going to do is kind of come in here and outline it in white. And then I'm going to take away these bats because black bats on black t-shirt may not work and white bats don't look very well. So I'm going to take those out, put words here, and then show you what that looks like all in Illustrator. So let's take this in Illustrator, or open up Illustrator, and then bring it in, and then I'll show you what I'll do next. Alright, so here we are in Illustrator. You can see this is what we're going to go after right here. I already tried it out to see if it works. Spooktacular Brew Crew, and you can see on black with white outline. I'm going to show you how to do that. First things first, we're going to do new file. So we're going to hit that. And then we can come in here and we can change the width and everything. So I did custom and did 4500 by 5400, our Merch by Amazon size, and make sure it's pixels right here. And I'm going to hit create. Now here is our artboard, and we're going to just drag in the PNG first. So let's do that. All right, so here we go. Drag it in. It's going to take a while. There you go. I had to click on it to have it show up. And you can see image trace here. We're not going to do that quite yet. I'm going to make sure you can see I can make it any size. I don't want to do that. I'm going to hold down shift so that it keeps its proportions right. And I'm just going to size it to the size kind of that I want. So I'm going to do that right there. Okay, so we can also image trace right here, but if you do it right away and click this, watch what happens. And I hit OK. it's just going to turn it black and white, not colors. We want multiple colors, at least 3. I think I'm going to do 6. So I'm going to do undo, and then we can come up here into image trace, and then we can do 3, 6, whatever colors. I'm going to do 6 here instead, and then hit OK. All right, so what it did is, I hope it did it, is that it's a vector now. So let's try and click on here. I'm gonna check out the layers, and no, I don't think it did it. Oh, I have to hit expand. Right, hit expand, there we go. Now it did it. There you go. So you can see all of this is all vectors, all different colors. Really, really cool, right? So one thing that I do like about Affinity Designer is that you can color the artboard. Maybe there's a way you can do that in Illustrator. I can't remember. For those of you that use Illustrator, let me know. But I'm just gonna do a, for now, I'm gonna do a black background. So I'm gonna have this rectangle right here and do this and then color it. So right now the colors here, it's white, and I'm gonna do black. And I'm gonna move it to the back because it's in front of everything, we can't see it. I'm gonna put arrange, send to back. Oh, there's that shortcut right there. Shift, Command, and bracket. So let's try that. Let's see if I can Shift, Command, bracket. Yeah, that worked. Oh, there's a white background here. Whoops, I'm still on the rectangle tool. Let's grab that white background. Can I just remove that? Yes, so we don't need that white background. I'm gonna take that away. And we don't need these bats. So I'm gonna come in here and just click on it and delete the eyes. You can see these are all vectors now. I could come in here and actually change it, but I'm not going to. And it's not perfect. Like, I'm gonna spacebar for the hand so you can move. And then, let's see, I think that's it. That's cool. So you notice, if we zoom in here, some of the eyes didn't show up, but that's okay. We're gonna use the circle to fill that in. Come in here with my shape tool, and instead of rectangle, I'm gonna use ellipse. Great. I'm holding down Shift. That still works here in Illustrator to make it a proportionate circle, perfect circle. And I'm just gonna do that right there. And I'm gonna use my arrow to move it over the existing one here. So I'm gonna do that, grab that circle. Okay, Option, Shift, drag. I don't need Shift, but just to line it up. Option, drag. Yes, I got it, I'm back. Okay, oh, it's this, I think it's my scroll wheel, I'm messing it up. I'm gonna hit Command Z, okay. Option, drag. I'm gonna use the hand instead. I think my scroll wheel is messing it up. It's probably some shortcut that I don't know. Option, drag. All right, so the next step that we wanna do is copy these black parts that are in the back, and then I'm gonna copy it, paste another one in the back, and then put an outline around it. I don't know if that's the best way, but I think with my limited knowledge or what I feel like I can do in Illustrator, that's what I'm gonna do. I still need to work on my Illustrator still. So I'm gonna double click on here, and you can see I got this path here. I'm gonna right click, and you can see copy, cut, paste, paste. So I'm gonna copy, and then right click again. I'm gonna paste in back. So hopefully there's a copy in back. Let's see if that's true. I'm gonna do color. I'm gonna color this with white, and then increase my stroke. Let's see, 7. Yes, it worked. Okay, so let's see how big we want it. 14. Let's just keep hitting it here. 20. 30. 35 looks pretty good. What does 40 look like? 40 looks pretty good. I'm gonna zoom out. Yeah, I think 40 looks great. Okay, so we're gonna do the same thing for these other ones. All right, let's see if I can do it with the other ones. I'm gonna click on here, it's there. I'm gonna copy, and then I'm gonna paste in back. Good. White outline, great. 35 we said. or 40, yes, good. Same thing here, there it is. I'm gonna copy and paste in back, and white outline, and 40 we said, right? Boom, okay, good. So now that works great on black. If we change this to black, there it is, so it works. Next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just type in some text so that we have text above, text below, so it looks different than what already we've seen on Etsy, just to stand out and so that we can use it that way as well. So text tool in Illustrator right here, very straightforward. Click on it. I'm gonna type, by default it's Myriad. I'm just gonna type Spooktacular, you can't see it. I'm gonna select all, and let's make this bigger, like 100, I think 200 points, right? But it's not white text, so we can't see it. There we go. And we don't want Myriad. I'm gonna use, oh, this is a cool one, Bulls Varsity. Oh, I gotta select it first, and then, there we go, Spooktacular? Spooktacular, it's not a real word. But just like Affinity, you can grab the corners and kind of stretch it like this. So I'm gonna do that. One of the things that's really nice in Illustrator is that you can warp this text. So I'm gonna come in here and do Effect, and then it's Warp right here. And you can see so many options. I'm gonna show you the difference between arc and arch. So there's a very slight difference, but arc, let's do that first. You can see it's a nice arc, but you can see the letters are kind of tilted like this, right? And you can change this right here. You can see it does it after, not during. So you can go below and up and down, kind of like Canva does, right? The other one here, you can see the different styles, so many of them, some really cool ones too, but I'm gonna just show you arch. So arch is straight up and down. So depending on which one you like, I like arch most of the time. So I'm gonna do that, and you can see all the letters are still straight instead of bowing out like that. So there's your difference, and we can move this down. Really cool. And because it has a high point here, that's why I picked that, is so it goes up and down and kind of matches that. Spooktacular, and then I'm just gonna do it again. Use the text tool, come down here. Yeah, now it knows it's the Bow University, so I'm gonna do Brew. Oh, I didn't remember white though. Let's do this. White, Brew, Crew. Now you can come up with your own text. You don't have to follow this text. I just wanted to do something that's, you know, matches coffee, right? It should match ghosts and coffee. So Brew Crew. It could be Boo Crew. It could be something about funny about coffee or whatever. Now there you go. Totally easy. We didn't take too long in Illustrator, and it stands out and it works on a black t-shirt, and it's different than what we've been seeing on Etsy, which is what we wanted to accomplish. Now we could come in here and color these things too if we wanted, because each of these is a vector. So if I wanted to color this and make this red, for example, I could. Or I could come in here and use the eyedropper tool and maybe pick this orange here and change it to that orange, right? So lots of different ways to do that to make it stand out even better. I could even color these caps if I wanted to, or put something on these caps now that it's a vector. So I think this is great. Last thing that you want to do to export this again as a PNG is I would remove this background right there. Come in here, go to File, Export, Export As, and it's going to be a PNG right here, and you can name it whatever you want. Spooktacular, and I'm going to do test so you can see what it is, and I'm going to hit export. And this is very important. You want it transparent right here, so there's no background, and it's totally fine PPI here, but if you want to have it at 300 PPI, that's great too. And we're gonna hit OK, but it's because it's pixels it shouldn't matter. It's only if you're doing it in inches that it's going to matter very much. So I'm going to hit OK. All right, so let me pull it up here, the PNG. And this is what it looks like. Let me make it a little smaller so you can see it, so kind of close up. Now the gray is showing that this is a transparent background. It won't be gray, it's actually transparent. And you can see it works. The white outline right here, the nice arch or arc? I think this is the arch. And then you can use it on the black t-shirts or dark t-shirts, which will help you separate yourself from the other people who aren't doing this, right? So you can get those sales. So very easy way to have your designs, your PNG designs with Illustrator, convert it to a vector, put that white outline around it and create some text very easily and make your stuff stand out. So there you go, that's my tutorial with Creative Fabrica and Illustrator. Remember, if you don't have Creative Fabrica, I'll put that link in the description so you can have the 10 free downloads to try it out. But let me know also in the comments how you like this. Do you like seeing more tutorials with Illustrator or Creative Fabrica? I want to know that in the comments as well. Let me know if you use that. If you want to see this video that I did with a studio in Creative Fabrica, I'll put that link right here as well so you can see what they have on their side as far as a graphic design app. It's not going to do as many things as Illustrator does, but it can get you started if you don't have Illustrator. Thanks again for watching, and as always guys, keep creating and keep learning. I'll see you on the next one.